बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ गुण गाओ बंदना हर बंदना बंदना हर बंदना गुण गाओ गोपाल राय गुण गाओ गोपाल राय।
तेरी मेहर दा बोलना तुदा अगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास आद गुरे नमः जुगाद गुरे नमः सत गुरे नमः श्री गुरु वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की There are about 5 billion people considered to be alive on the earth. 3 parts of this planet is water, 1 part of it is earth. But total planet is earth, which contains 3 parts of the water. This earth is called Matlok, where a man with consciousness shall born and shall die. Jo upajyo so bins hai. Those who are born shall die. Here, then question is, on other planets, there are souls in transparent subtle body. It is not that they do not know, they do not understand, or they do not relate to it. If you read Guru Nanak's Janam Sakhi, you will be surprised that Guru Nanak has gone to different khans, different loks, and has talked to those identities. Some of them were before here on the planet, some were not. Some are related to the planetary laws of the earth, some are not. But I'm not concerned with that. What I am telling you is that the entire existence of this planet and planets thereafter and the worlds thereafter and the star that is one sun with all these planets around it and the stars which have this star around it, whatever the science is saying it, is a part of infinity. It is an infinity. And what Guru Nanak has been talking and saying to us in one word, Ik Onkar, the entire creation, creation which is known, creation which is unknown, creation which is half known, creation which is 3/4 known, and creation which is totally known, doesn't matter, is all creation of one power. Ik Onkar. There is only one power. Now question is, Your soul here has a body. There are souls everywhere which do not have body. They have transparent body, which ultimately your soul will transform into transparent body. It won't go alone. Transparent body is which collects your subtle intentions. There's nothing good, nothing bad, thinking make it so. Kirpa karo, mere gun augan na bacharo. Don't look at my merits and demerits. If we have few merits, we become so haughty, so egomaniac, so eccentric, that we think we are holier than thou. If we are silly, we have demerits, then we put ourselves in such a way that we don't. In both ways, in merits and demerits, we do not want to deal with anybody. A rich person will not like to deal with poor. A spiritually rich person will not like to deal with inferior rich people, spiritual people. Spirituality is also a sin. It separates you from common root. Exactly as wealth separates you from common root. If you become rich, you will not like to go to a poor man's house. I'll leave it. What he's going to do for me? Forget it. Avoid it. Guru Nanak established that he didn't go to Malakpago. He went to the most poor of all the poor, but most pure of all the pure. You have to understand Guru Nanak before you understand the religion. Guru Nanak went to Lalo, and Lalo was very poor. Not, I can tell you, you sometimes feel you are poor. Let me tell you his poverty. All he had is kodra. Kodra is a bitter kind of seed which normally grows. It's a bitter seed. All he could offer to Guru Nanak, kodre ki roti, a bread of kodra. He didn't have. And at Malakpago, there was all kinds of food. You name it, and they were there. Guru Nanak went to Lalo's house, not Malakpago. Why? Though Lalo was poor, he was pure. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa. God goes where purity is. God doesn't go where ritual is. God doesn't go where hatred is. You can create a hatred in the name of religion. Religion won't serve reality to you. I have seen some people so fanatic. They don't want to talk to anybody. They want to sit with anybody and eat. It is not only in Sikh Dharma. Sikh Dharma is a part of such fanatics. In Hindu religion, in Christianity, in Buddhism, everywhere you'll find three types of people. Normal grassroots, fanatics, and lazy. Those who are lazy are equally dangerous as those who are fanatics. Simply lazy are in a majority and fanatics are in a minority. And common root people will not like to relate to people. First sign of a dirty man is that he refuses to deal with the other man's dirt. If you are full of dirt, I tell you certain hints about Guru Nanak's religion. If you are full of dirt, you will be afraid of dealing with more dirt. Guru Nanak dealt not only with the dirt, Guru Nanak went all the way to clean the dirt. And when the city is dirty, you volunteer yourself, you go and clean the city, they call you community service. They appreciate you. That is why Guru Nanak got appreciated. Guru Nanak went into the places where most fanatics were living. Guru Nanak went to the places where most lazy were living. And Guru Nanak sat down with people who were common. It is the common man where God lives. That's the Guru Nanak religion. Secondly, these days there are many facades or fads going on that how to be a Sikh. Should we listen to our previous incarnation? Should we think of the future? This is spiritual, this is not spiritual. This is right, this is not right. Now, in every religion, I bow my head and I say they are right. But in a Sikh dharma, you are most stupid. You are the most stupid if you think in right and wrong. Here you were just singing, Mera guna, my merits, augur na bicharo. Don't consider my merits and demerits. It is not that it is bhakti. It is not that it is Shakti, it is a reality, it's a truth. God, because Guru Nanak understands God. And this is how the Guru, Sri Guru Granth starts, Ik Onkar. You are the creation of the one God. Okay. Now, you all have come to the Gurdwara today, and whether you like it, or you don't like it, either you come early or you didn't come early. You came, right? Dressed up, ready, and your meditation was, it is the highest meditation on the planet, to going to the Guru. Highest. There's nothing like it. Last night, I read a note late night, there's a Gurdwara tomorrow, and there's a Gurdwara on the 6th. Your medical advice is that you should not speak. Tell me so. I say, I'll speak. It is to serve. Why not to sit in the Guru's presence and not speak? Whole life you have been talking all over. And for a few minutes, if I'm going to die of that, forget it. Doesn't matter. I say, I'll speak. I'll just share something which I can share out of my experience. I am sharing these days because I am walking my last miles of life. I am very one-pointed man. I see it, I feel it, I understand it, and I deal with it. You might be thinking, I can live 200 years. Yes, I may. I will never die. That's okay. But on this planet, everybody who's born has to die. Then what is life on this planet? Guru Nanak says about it. It says, Ik Onkar. This planet Earth is the creation not only of one God, but everything which is created on this earth and beyond this earth and beyond that earth and earth to an earth. Earth means land in your language. Earth means land in your language. In Sanskrit, earth means all, everything, noun, name, a person, place, or a thing. All is called earth. Earth, kam, moksha, all that stuff. An earth means when there nothing exists. Khala, emptiness, vacuum. Earth and an earth. Your earth is no different than that earth. Simply you use geographically differently. They use geographically differently. Languages change geographically, not in essence. Soul doesn't change anywhere but in geography. That is why we have a Kal Takht. So wherever we are ruled by a throne. We have Hari Mandir. Where we are ruled by one spirit, one center. And where we are as Khalsa, we meet 5 people and we can decide our affair. We can sort it out. So Sikh history is very step to step, highly educated, and it solves every problem. This is one religion where reality is solved to the last possible brim. Ik Onkar, you are the creation of the one. You came here. Like me, I bowed before the Sri Guru Granth. You also came. you also bowed before the Sri Guru Granth. You became a congregation of Sri Guru Granth. You sat down and you listened to the Kirtan. And the Kirtan was, Mere gun aur na bacharo. That was being sung when I came in. Do not look at my merits and demerits. Why? Why? Because I have not yet still has the capacity to look at the infinity of God. When I do not have the capacity, I do not have the mental collaboration, I do not have the mental clarity even to look at my soul, forget about the one who gave me the soul, the God. When you get married, you accept your wife. Do you not? You do. When you have a child, you accept. This is my son, this is my daughter. Don't you? Have you accepted same way the Sri Guru Granth as your Guru? No. You have not. Whenever you are working in Santa Fe or somewhere else, you always think what will be to my son, what will be to my husband, what will be to my wife, what will happen to my house, whether I have paid the taxes or not, whether I have paid my bills or not, whether I have earned enough or not. You always think that way. Have you ever thought about your life? Have I done my sadhana or not? Have I cleared my mind or not? Have I taken care of my banis or not? Have I thought what Guru has, Satguru ka jo sikha khaye, so palke uthar naam te aaye. Have I learned to obey the Guru exactly? You only obey the Guru where it is possible. Where you do not understand the Guru, you walk away from it. Then what do you obey? You obey your feelings. You obey your feelings and you obey your emotions. You obey them. And sometimes you become emotionally so much a Sikh, you are willing to kill somebody else because he is not a Sikh or did something against a Sikh. You get very uptight, very upset. But your mamta, your mental power, mamta is mental power. Your moon power is into the play of your child. It has not yet reached the faculty to be that you can play with your Guru. Because you have not accepted Guru as your own. You have not accepted Sri Guru Granth as your own. You have not accepted the Bani that wherever you have to decide something, you should virtue. Have you ever virtually also asked what Guru will say on this subject? That is what it is accepting the Guru Granth. When you do anything in life, wherever you do, at night, at day, at morning, at afternoon, in a restaurant or in a movie theater, have you accepted the Sri Guru Granth and have you accepted, what does it say? In a movie theater, if a child will make a noise, you will stop it. In a Gurdwara, if a child make a noise, you will go along with it. Because Gurdwara is not a movie theater. Movie theater, everybody goes there to see, to listen. Here, you come here to show, I'm spiritual, I have come to the Gurdwara. If you come to listen to the Guru's word, and if you see Guru in your internal eye, you will find Guru in you forever. If you will not find Sri Guru Granth, if you keep on finding men as Gurus, if you keep on finding identity as Gurus, and you will not understand Shabad Guru, I will like today to warn you, you will end up short. You won't make it. Because Sodar kya, sogar kya, jitbe saras male, vaje naad anek sankha, kitte vaman hare. The very gate of God is musical. You have to hear the appreciation, the sound of the Naad at the very gate of the Guru. You come to a Gurdwara, you enter the gate of the Guru. But do you enter with that concentration as you go to a movie theater? Do you dress up coming to the Gurdwara as you go to an official dinner? Do you dress up ready to show to the Guru, I am in my best dress? Riches comes proportionately from the blessing of the Guru. Because if the bliss does not come, blessings won't come. It's a rule. So if you come to the Guru, listen to the Guru, be with the Guru, are you listening or being with the Guru exactly from that concentration which you do otherwise? Or you are just a fanatic Sikh, or you are just a lazy Sikh. You are dragging yourself to that concentration. It is you who has to decide it. Nobody else is going to decide it for you. Souls are many, and they are everywhere in translated form. Soul doesn't go away. It has only one place to go. The one place it has to go to merge in God. Soul doesn't have any other place. Do you ever love your soul as you love your son and daughter? You don't. If you are so arrogant and so stone-headed that a child you are willing to love over and above you, but your own soul does not find a place in your entire life pattern to be exactly that way, I'm asking you, who are you? And what is your problem? Your problem is factual problem. You have not accepted God, you have not accepted Guru, and you have not accepted the decor, the serenity, the calmness, the piety, the purity of the house of the Guru. You boast about your house. You boast about cleaning your house. You talk about your things, but you never talk about your own clean mind and your bright, shining soul. You love your child. You love another man, husband, or a boyfriend. These days, husbands do not have very much chance in this country. Boyfriends are very common. Why boyfriend? Why not a husband? Husband is a commitment. Boyfriend is appreciation of your own ego. And these days, each woman sometimes has 10 boyfriends. Who cares? 7 days, you need virtually 14 boyfriends. One take you to breakfast, other take you to dinner. You have become, in this sense, not very understanding of yourself. When a man is very scattered, he wants to go out because he needs support. When the cracks of this house will crack up, the walls, and walls will crack up to start falling, we'll start giving it a support. If this place is intact and engineer-wise it is very perfect, you don't need to give it extra support. When life is not convenient, you need counseling. I am asking you, why you need counseling? Why you need to be snubbed? Why you need to be analyzed? Why you want to know your previous life? Why you want to know your future? Why you want to know all that? Because you do not know who you are now. You have no relationship with yourself. You want to know about God. God knows where God you can find, but the part of God which is soul, one in hand is better than two in the bush. The very part of God, the soul which is in you, you have no relationship with it. You cannot accept it. Guru says, Ek Onkar. This universe is creation of one God. That's what Guru said. Have you accepted it? Listen to me. Sri Guru Granth has his mantra. And the mantra of Sri Guru Granth is Ek Onkar Satguru Prasad. There is one God which created everything, and it comes from the true Guru's blessing. Satguru Prasad is a gift of the true Guru. The knowledge, the knowledge that the entire world is creation of one will not come to you if you will not get it from the true Guru, Satguru Prasad. So long you will not accept Sri Guru Granth, the Shabad Guru, the Naad Guru, as your own mentally, you will not have infinite experience. Doesn't matter what you do. Because none of you know that your mother actually slept with your father when you were conceived or not. None of you can say it. Even your mother won't say it, because to be look ritualistically right, she will say, yes, I was conceived by your this father. But none of you know. You only know one thing. When you were born, their affection, their action, and their projection. Affection, projection, and their action prove it to you they are your father and mother. And you accepted it. Now, when you grow up, mothers go rotten, father goes alcoholic, they are terrible, they are miserable, they don't do anything like parents, but you accept them. You always accept them. Has that way you have accepted Sri Guru Granth as your Guru? You have not accepted it mentally. It is the mental acceptance where you accept guide, Guru, and God. There are three words. Guide, Guru, and God. When you go on trails, you have a guide, and guide will tell you, keep your balance right, get steady, keep going. You are going on a horse, but guide is there to tell you how to go. Horse is there, and your destination is there. You have destiny, you have identity, and you have personality. You have three things. Question is, when souls live all over this universe in zillion existence, what are you doing on the earth? Earth is a sensory process of understanding. Here, you control senses to understand the infinity of God. That's all is the purpose of earth. If you think there are no souls on the moon, you are dead wrong. They don't drink water and breathe air, and they don't create things. They need psychomagnetic energy. You are a psychomagnetic energy. Life is nothing. Prana is nothing but a psychomagnetic energy shared and given to the five tattvas to put together And when that psychomagnetic energy will leave, your magnetic field will scatter, your body will start deteriorating and stinking, and you will smell so terrible they will throw you away. Even your child, which you love, kiss and hug, when the psychomagnetic energy or the soul will leave that child, you won't keep it more than 24 hours. That husband, which woman worships, loves, sleeps with, dresses up, does his laundry, do everything. When the soul leaves, the psychomagnetic field disorient itself, first thing is, let us put him to fire or let him put him in the ground. There are two ways to dispose of. One is called the desert way, other called the jungle way. In green, lush lands, there is a lot of wood. It was considered easy not to waste land, just put the man to fire so the soul can depart. The other is to put the soul in the sand, because miles and miles there is no water and there is no wood to do that or any other arrangement. Now, these are gas chambers these days. They put you and they burn you through that. In those days it was not there. So the easy was, part the ground 5-6 feet down, put him in, let the earth eat it away. Mutti Musalman ki pede pei kamyar. Kadpande jalti kare pukar. There's one line of the Sri Guru Granth where they say, O Muslim, you do not burn your body, but ultimately where you are buried, that clay becomes good for pottery, and then they make the pottery out of it and still burn it. So you do not escape the karma of fire anyway. So what I mean to explain to you, life is action and reaction, and life is nothing but a psychomagnetic field. Now question is, who is a good Sikh, who is a bad Sikh, who is a saint, who's not, who's ever living, who's not ever living? That question is very simple in Sikh Dharma to answer. That person shall have no death, who understand all is one's creation, who accepts it, who understands it, who lives it. 9 darwaje pargat kite, 10वां gupt rakhaya. God has given you 9 gates, and 10th gate He has kept as secret. Now, everybody loves his secret. Secret is very sacred. Sacredness is very secret. And it's very difficult to keep a secret. You won't find a lot of people who can even afford to keep a secret. You tell them one thing which you want to spread it all over. You say, this is a secret. You will be surprised. That person will talk on the telephone all over United States in seconds. Because you said it is a secret. It's very difficult to keep the secret. Keeping the secret is very sacred. 10वां gupt rakhaya. That is very secret. 10th gate is very secret. What is that 10th gate? Some people say, you find 10th gate. Some people say, open up 10th gate. Some people say, close 10th gate. Some people say, do this, do that. Actually and factually, 10th gate is always open. But it is secret. And it creates a little voice. It tells you, you are an idiot, what you are doing, the consequences are going to be terrible. You say, shut up, you something. And you do it again. 10th gate is a window of the soul, is a place of the God in you, and it does interfere with your life. It does speak to you. But constantly, when you abuse it, when you do not listen to it, you become gross, thick-headed, stone-headed, you do not care. You say, I don't hear, I don't have any soul in me. No, you have drifted away. You have constantly refused to listen to it. As you have 9 gates, exactly you have 10th gate, 9 gate can be pinpointed, 5 tattvas can be pinpointed, 6 chakra in the body can be pinpointed, Shashra 7th can be pinpointed, 8th aura and arc line can be pinpointed, but that 10th gate is always secret because it speaks when you don't want it to speak. It will tell you, you are good but egomaniac. You will say, forget it. Because ego becomes your satisfaction. That voice doesn't become your satisfaction. You have not trained your mind to see, listen, or speak subtle thing. Men of God will speak in parables, in a subtle way. You will only see a teacher, real good teacher, who will be very rough, rude and crude, angry, and it will work on you like a chisel. Relationship between a hammer and a chisel and a stone. Because there is a carving. There is a craving to carve a man to be real. And it is not against Gurmat. It is not against Guru's way. Kariye sabat sachi taksal. Jinko nadar karam tinkar. Kariye. Chiseling, beating, bending, shaping is called kariye. When we make our body, our being full of Guru Shabad, then whatever we do, constant, consistent and relevant Shabad will come in relation to our action. That is the real relationship between Guru and Guru Shabad. Sikh Dharma is very simple. It's a total salvation of a problem. Naam chitte aave. Hey, you have a boyfriend, you remember him. You have a girlfriend, you remember him. You have a son, you remember him. You have a wife, you remember him. You have Guru, you don't remember a word of him. What kind of Sikh you are? Guru is the guide, Guru is the guardian, and Guru is the goad. Guru has 3 faculties: guide, guardian, and a goad. You know what a goad is? On an elephant, the supreme symbol of wisdom is the elephant. Man sits with a trishul. It has a hook that way, it has a straight hook, and it has a hammer in the end. Remember, it has 3 things. Trishula has 3 things. One is direct, nail, right? It goes right in the skin, in the head. One is a hook which can pull the thing of the skin of the elephant to any extent that wherever it is. And then in the end, it has a big round ball. It can be hammered too. That is called goad. Direct, indirect, and hammerful. 3 are the ways of a teacher. It's very difficult to become a teacher in the United States. It draws lawsuits. And the main thing which in America is used these days, brainwash. Or you wash your house, you wash your temple, you wash your clothes, you clean your relationship, you clean your trees, garden, ground, lawns, and you do not wash your brain. What a stupid idea is that? Brain should be cluttered, dirty, ugly, and absolutely stinking. Smells foul, speaks foul, see foul, dirt all over, and nobody can wash it. It is against rule. God bless you. Live with that kind of brain. Don't wash it. Then what is the way to wash the brain? Is brain washing is done by another person or another person influence? No, it can never be. No person. One thing I tell you today, No person can follow another person. It can never be. No person is identical like another person. No person has even a thumb impression of another person. No person has a mind of another person. No person has a brain of another person. No person has a body of another person. No person has a relationship of another person. Everybody is one as that one God is. Because you are created in the image of one in many facets. But all that facets lead to only one, Ik Onkar Satgur Prasad. That's where Sri Guru Granth starts. Then there is a Mool Mantra. But what I am trying to tell you, everybody wants to be happy. Somebody told me that day, I am rich. I say, how rich? You know, my ways of asking people are simple. I say, how rich? He said, how can I tell you? I have a control over billions of dollars, and I have a capacity of hundreds and millions of dollars. I said, no. You have an accounts office? He said, yes. I said, how many people work in your account office? He said, I have about 300 people working on a computerized account system. 300 people working on a computerized account office. Can you understand? One computer works for about 10 or 20 people. So if he needs 300 manual people to control his entire accountancy and his business, you can well understand how busy, how rich, and how great he is. And I asked him, I said, what is your problem? He said, I am very rich. I am very facilitated. Comforts. At my pinpoint, everything moves. But I am very unhappy. You are a yogi. I said, yes, they call me so. I am. What do you want? He said, I have been told by one friend of mine who met you in 1972. I said, good. He remembers me? Good. He said he remembers you all the time. He has never seen you after that, but whenever we sit and talk, he talks about you. All he says is, I have met one man who never listens to anything you say, only he tells you one thing, be with God. Or he tells you to keep up. I said, okay, what is your problem? He said, I am unhappy. Is there any quick formula? You can give me a sermon on telephone that I can find my happiness. I say, yes. I says, as you have done to find happiness from outside world, also find happiness in your inside world. I said, if you make beautiful lawns, beautiful garden around the house, beautiful fences, beautiful mirrors, beautiful windows and ventilators, roof and everything perfect. But inside house is cold and does not have air. Can you live? He said, no, we'll freeze. I said, that's what you have done for your soul. You have created the entire outside phenomena. Inside your soul doesn't see anything for it. It is hungry, it is deadly, it is freezing, and it is dying. He said, what the soul will do? I said, nothing. $5, $6, that's all it cost. What I have to do? I said, go to the nearest ashram and buy that tape, Tanatan Ram Das Guru, it is called Millis tune. That's what we call it. I said, also spend about $100 and Buy that auto reverse. These days I say we are very lucky. It's a Kali Yuga, really, machine age. Everything is a machine. And you can hear as much Kirtan, Gurbani, without any going after anybody, wasting any time. All you have to put in the machine. And I'm so lucky, I said, I've got a tape recorder which can take 7 tapes. So 1 hour of tape or 1 hour and a half tape, 10 hours. I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't have to meet anybody. I can just sit still and be with Guru's words for 10 hours. No problem. I said, but you just get one. Spend about $100 and put that tape. When you lie down on the bed, lie down to sleep, not before. You start listening to that tape and try to murmur the language of it. Doesn't matter what it says. I said it has its own way. It has a secret way to affect you. Because Shabad of the Guru affects the electromagnetic field. And thus it enriches the electromagnetic psyche. If you take a cranial photography, chant for 2-3 hours and take a picture, and take a picture when you have not done anything, you will be surprisingly finding the difference right on a camera. And after that, if you don't understand what I'm saying, good luck to you. I said, just listen to that. And when you get up in the morning, it will be still singing. He said, sure, because it's auto reverse, it will be singing. I said, start for a few minutes murmuring with that. He said, what do you mean by murmuring with that? I said, just copy the sound. Copy the sound so that your tongue and the upper palate can rub the meridians and hypothalamus can send the message to the shashara and things will work out. He said, that easy? I said, it is more easier than that. In 1 week time, it has changed him inside and out. 1 week time is no big deal. He told me why it has affected me in 1 week so deeply and why it has not affected others. I said, food is tastier in proportion to your hunger. To become a Sikh is easy. To live as a Sikh is difficult. Because there you have to deliver your commitment. To say you are committed and talk you are committed and plan a facade you are committed and have few good words of Gurbani to feel committed. Make people to understand you are committed. You are just an actor. But when you start delivering your commitment, a Singh Sahib called me, what is wrong with me? I say, I tell you, have you read your Banis? Had you bowed to the Guru? Have you read your Guru Granth? Have you taken a hukam for the day? He said, yes. I say, how many other people you have supervised? They have done it. He said, none. I say, here you go. You are totally selfish, egomaniac, and eccentric religious person. Guru Nanak religion is not for a person. It is for persons. Guru Nanak Sikh, if wants to be elevated, all he has to do is whatever he has to offer. Lalo. Guru was hungry. Lalo, bring what you have. Lalo has a kodre di roti. He brought kodre di roti. He said, Guru, this is it. Guru squashed the both. One was full of blood of the poor and other was full of milk. He said, Malakpa, go see through the third eye what you are feeding people. When status does not deliver, it becomes a statue. There are statues of law in this state. There are statues of law in the federal government. They are statues. They are there. You offend them, they'll come after you. You are afraid. You are afraid to deny a law of the society, a political law or a legal law. But you are willing to defy a dharmic law or a social law. You know why? Because that has no punishment. You know, if you kill somebody or if you break into somebody's house, if you are arrested, you will be judged and punished as a thief. Is that true? I am asking you, when you break somebody's heart, how you should be judged then? You break somebody's property and damage more than $200 is not a misdemeanor. If you trespass into anybody's territory, it is offense. How many times every day you trespass into everybody's personality? How many hearts you break a day? You know the salvation between man and God to be. And every religious authority, whatever its status is, has only one thing to do, to make a person realize to be. That's a very thankless job. Some guy was talking to me that day. Why I should pay for my brother's children? He never works. He is a pure dissatisfied man. He is never successful. All he does is leave his children this, leave his children that. I said, pay. Why? Convince me. I said, because you have. If I have to pay. He said, have you ever chanted Mool Mantra? I chant it every way, Sri Sahib, 31 minutes every day. Yeah, I said, you have not understood one word of it. It starts with Ikankar, Satnam, Karta Purukh, Nirpao, Nirvair. You have a vendetta right now. He's a failure. You are a success. Therefore, why should you pay? One woman told me, my husband is a debauch. He's a womanizer. He runs around. Any woman he sees, he goes after as a lizard go after an insect. That's her saying. I say, yeah, you are angry. That day I was talking to her. I say, how about your lizard husband going after the insects? She said, never moves. I don't know what you talk to him. He has become a saint. I said, no. Every lizard has a capacity to eat. After that, it doesn't. Lizard has the right of transformation. Soul can get awakened in anyone at any time. It's infinite law. Jit dware ubre titte layo bhar. Guru says, whichever gate I can come through, God, keep me and make me come through. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
कलम न लेखन हार मन ने खा बेकलम विचार ऐसा नाम मनोरंजन हो जे को मन जाने मन को ऐसा नाम मनोरंजन हो जे को मन जाने मन को Suratove manabut Manne sagala bhavan ki सातन न जाए सा नाम मनोरंजन होय जे को मान जाने मन कोय सा नाम मनोरंजन होय जे को मान जाने मन कोय Vargat jai manne magna chale pant manne daram